G'day guys, Aitken here. So I've got a horse here that's a pre-trainer, just recently come in, been out for a spell, so obviously this time of year it's winter, so she's come in nice and woolly and plenty of coat on her. But I went to catch her yesterday, and she was wanting to move away from me, turn her bum to me, made it difficult and also, you know, dangerous to catch if she decides to kick. She's not a nasty horse, but if you do have one that decides to, you know, when it comes to catching her and he's difficult to try and get to face up to you, the drill I look to do is a bit of a join up drill. So I'm going to free lunge her around my round yard here, and my goal is to get her to consistently turn into me, consistently change direction facing me, and then if I can, I'll get her to look to follow me and come up to me so that she catches me and I don't catch her. Now in this round yard, it's a bit of a smaller circumference, and I think, you know, there's multiple different ways to do this, and there's multiple different ways to get a horse to be caught. The facilities I've got here at the moment in the property I'm at, I think dictates to me that the method I'm going to use is the one you'll see today. So, like I said, our goal is to get consistent forward movement, consistent change of direction to the inside, so she's facing up to me, and then I'm looking for her to face up to me, yield her hindquarters around when I ask her to, and then maybe walk up to me and see if she can come up to me and catch me as opposed to me catching her. So then when I'm out in the yard or in a paddock or whatever it might be in the future, when I get this drill nice and drilled into her and have her understanding of what's the concept and what's asked of her, when I walk into the yard, she can turn around and face me, as opposed to her wanting to be evasive and wanting to move away and turn her bum to me. And this can also be a good little drill to do when you've got a horse out in the paddock that's difficult to catch, as opposed to, you know, just in a yard where the area is a bit smaller. So we'll get her out here, we'll get her moving around, we'll get her change of direction, and we'll try and talk our way through what we're looking to do here and the goal of what we're looking to achieve. The first step what I'm looking to do in this in the round yard is get forward impulsion. So we're looking to go one direction, asking the horse to move forward, and consistently stay moving forward. So how am I going to ask the horse to do? What cues am I going to give the horse to have them understand what I'm going to ask and what's required? So for me, every time I ask a horse to do any sort of task, it's always a sequence of asking, and I'm trying to be 100% consistent every single time I ask by following the same process of asking. So if I'm going to ask her to move forward, my first process is to point in the direction I want her to go. I'm then going to click. If she didn't move forwards then, I'd then use some more stimulus from behind. Right now I'm using the bag and stick. If she didn't move then, I'd have to up that intensity until she actually at least tried to find the answer of what I'm asking, which is forward at a quicker pace. So I'm just going to ask her to canter off again here. I'm going to ask her the same way I ask every single time, so she can start understanding the language between her and me, which is point in the direction I want her to go. She doesn't move. Use my voice. If she doesn't move from my voice, I'll then use the bag and stick. So we're looking for consistent forward movement. Once we get that, I'm then going to look to try and step in front of her shoulder and get her to turn into me and change directions. So if she's looking to ignore what I'm doing here, I'm just going to make a little bit of stimulus to get her to face up to me, or at least look at me. I'm going to walk along the side of the round yard and just ask her to move off. If she looks to go in a direction I don't want her to go, which is turn her bum towards me, I'll cut her off and change that direction. So we'll do it again. So point, click, encourage from behind. When I want to step in front of her shoulder and change directions and have her face in towards me, I want to get her attention. So last time I probably didn't get her attention properly. I'll do it here, I'll step away. If she doesn't look at me, I'll make a little bit of stimulus there so she actually focuses on me. Because I'm also working on her attention too, so I want her to actually start to understand that and start to build her ability to give attention to the handler. Like we all know ourselves, if we go to a situation, or if we go back to school and we haven't been there for a while, paying attention and paying attention to who you need to and learning is something you need to practice. So we're looking to work on her attention and focus, and every day we work on that, it gets better and better. So I want her to learn to focus on me. So if she looks to give me her attention, I'll then stand here and relax. If she looks to look elsewhere, I'll try and make a little bit of stimulus with myself until she focuses back on me, and we're going to try and work on that attention span. So then we'll go the other direction here. Point, walk along the side of the wall I want her to move away from. As soon as she moves, I'll try and reposition in the center of the round yard. Now when I'm looking to encourage her to move forwards, my position in relation to her is very important, because that's all I'm doing here. I'm using my body language as communication. So I want to be looking at her hip and walking towards her hip and be positioned behind her shoulder. When I step in front of her shoulder, that's where I want her to turn and face into me. It's not about the lunge whip, it's not about the impulsion and making my horse go forward. It's about your body position in relation to the horse. And I think horses communicate with each other with, obviously not with voice, they do a little bit, but unlike us, they communicate through body position and body language. And that's what I'm looking to do here. I'm looking to try and communicate with this horse what I want them to do based off where I position myself. So what she's doing right now is awesome. Very, very happy with the fact that she's facing up to me now. She's nice and calm and relaxed. She's showing a sign of relaxation by resting that back leg there. She's giving me her attention without being worked up and worried. As soon as she looks away from me, that was my fault, I shouldn't have clicked. As soon as she looks away from me, I'm just going to give her a little bit of stimulus to see if she can focus on me. See if I can get a turn here. There it is. Good. Now if she wants to stand where she is now, up against the wall and not face into me, I'll move her off and I'll see if I can get wrong move. She's faced me then, but we'll see if we can get her to face me out of this eye. There it is. So as soon as she looks to turn into me, I'm looking to walk away and take that pressure off her as much as possible and reward her looking at me. So now what I want to do is obviously, so we've got her to face up. So if she was in the yard and I'm looking to catch her, it's a lot easier to catch a horse that knows to face up to you as to one that wants to turn away from you. So we've got her to face. Let's see if I can get her to yield her hindquarters around. Nope. We'll do a little bit more work. She just didn't give me the response I wanted just then. She had her attention elsewhere. A little bit sidetracked, so we'll just do a little bit more work. So I want my horses to understand what's easy and what's hard based off the response they give me. And I'll make the fact that she didn't want to turn into me and give me her attention, I'll make that response a little bit harder by making her work. Good girl. Horses like us are inherently lazy. We don't want to go to the gym. We don't want to go to work. We prefer to stay home and do nothing. So if we can make a situation where the response I want from her is rewarded by no work and a heap of relaxation, I can then make myself and that attention a reward. Good girl. Come on. So we're just gonna have to do this drill a little bit more. She looked at me really nicely just before, but she's now looking a little bit sidetracked, looking a little bit elsewhere. You can see as she's trotting around here, her attention's sort of to the outside a little bit. You can see that inside ear, it's on me every now and again, but sometimes she'll face her head to the outside and take her attention off me. So what I want is for her to start trotting around this round yard and start to shape into the circle. Give me a consistent attention and start to look for me as the place of rest, as opposed to looking to the outside of the round yard as a place of rest and escape. I'll change directions here. She's looking to try and use that wall as a place to rest. So we'll just get her to turn to the inside, change direction. If she wants to quicken up here and canter without me asking, that's fine. We'll just sort of walk towards, I'm going to keep walking towards her hip here. See if I can get a little bit of a bend to the inside. If she gives her attention to the outside of the round yard or the door or wherever it might be, I'm just going to ask her to possibly quicken up. Get her attention back on me. Let's see if I can step in front of her shoulder. There it is, that's better. So she's given me exactly what I want here, which is for her to face up. So we're just going to stay neutral. Straight away I've turned side on to her as opposed to face on. Side on is less, is more inviting to her. I'm going to try and stand here with a bit of a neutral pose. And just let her get her breath back a little bit. She's not blowing much at all. She's pretty calm and relaxed, but we'll just let her stand here and relax and try and reinforce the fact that when you face up to me, you get to chill out, relax, get your breath back. And therefore we're going to start to reinforce facing up facing up being the best option as opposed to turning away from me and trying to escape. So every time she looks away from me, I'm just going to slap my leg and just make a little bit of noise here. I'll step back as I'm doing that, as opposed to stepping into her. I'm going to invite her by stepping back and you know, getting her attention by retreating from her as opposed to moving into her. If she starts to ignore me slapping on my leg, I'm going to move the bag and stick a little bit, try and use a different form of stimulus just to get her attention. But she's resting that back leg, she's looking nice and calm and relaxed. So I'm going to now go to the wall, walk around the wall, see if I can get a step from her behind to try and face up to me, as opposed to turning away from me. So she looked for the answer there. Want to turn away from me there. There it is. So day on day you build on this. I mean, you know, we do this today, she faces up to us, we do it tomorrow. She'll get to the point where she'll understand that facing up is the answer, and she'll end up, when we walk around and looking at her hindquarters, she'll end up looking to yield her hindquarters away from us and face up the whole time. And then once you start getting that, you then start to ask for a little bit of a forward step, reward that, and then eventually she'll get to the point where, and quite quickly, she'll get to the point of looking to follow you around the round yard. Good girl. So she's probably not there yet. Like, what I need to do is maybe, that was wrong. What I need to do is probably do this drill where I get a consistent turn to the inside, reward her when she's walking through the centre of the round yard. We just keep getting a consistent turn to the inside here until she starts to draw into the centre of the round yard and make you and her hindquarters with my body language a little bit easier to do. See if I can just get her to move. There you go. Good girl. Step in front of it. Good girl. So she didn't really turn into me overly good there, but I was out of position myself as well. See if I can just get her here. Good girl. Good girl. So we'll just practice catching her anyway. We'll just walk up, give her a scratch, retreat, walk up again, give her a scratch. I'm not trying to be shy about walking up here. You know, if she wants to move away from me and try and be evasive, perfect, because it gives us a chance to reinforce. Moving away will put you back to work. Oops, sorry, standing still will, and facing up to me will be the right move. Good girl. Good girl. So we might just bag her down here a little bit while she's standing still. She doesn't seem too worried about the bag at all. Every time she looks away from me, I might just wave it just to see if I can get her attention back to me. Pardon me, if she wants to move away. We'll see about getting her back. So I can get her. There we go. See if I can get her to yield her hindquarters a little bit. That's better. She just gave me one little step behind to face up. So I'll stop moving and reward it. So I'm looking to, if she gives me the move I want, I'm looking to stop moving and reward her before she stops moving. Let's see if we can just get her to, ooh, close. Not quite, not quite, not quite. A little bit. We're getting there. But either way, you know, she's showing me the response I want now to allow me to be able to catch her a bit easier than what she was previously, wanting to try and be evasive and move away. So I might work on this the next couple of days, just to get that consistent face up, get her to sort of look to follow me in the round yard and just reinforce, obviously, the catching what we want, or the drill we want her to understand. There it is. She's trying to get back to the door, really. Good girl. But yeah, you know, everything you do one day leads on to the lesson you're looking to do the next. So today is, you know, the first part of our session with her is round penning and catching work, and then, oh, that's nice. I like that. And then, good girl. As soon as you give me the response I want, I'll stand neutral and reward that. So, you know, we'll do round penning today, a little bit of reward there, and then we'll look to saddle her and give her a ride and advance the riding side of our educational time today. But that wasn't too bad.